Hi, hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Chidanand, a final year BMA student. Now we discuss the one more arsenic compound, that is manashila. ऐसा मत बोलो पढ़ने के लिए मन नहीं है. ओके, manashila, it is one among the Uparasa. It is one among Uparasa and it is one among arsenic compound. Arsenic compounds are three in number. They are Haratala and manashila and Gauri Pashana. Okay, remember these three are arsenic compounds. These are toxic compounds also. Okay, now manashila, it is also called as realgar. It is English name is realgar. Okay, chemical formula of the manashila is As2 and S2. It is arsenic disulfide. Arsenic disulfide, but Haratala is arsenic trisulfide. Okay, it is arsenic disulfide. Color of the manashila is, it is bright orange red color. Bright orange red in color, it is color of the manashila. Now we discuss pariyaya, means synonyms of the manashila. They are manashila, rogashila, shila, naipalika tata, मनोगुप्ता, मनोज्ञा, मनोहुआ, नागजीविका, कूनटी, कुलटी, गोला, नागमाता, कल्याणिका and rasanetrika. Kalyanika and rasanetrika, these are synonyms. Remember any five. Okay, देखो मनशिला इजी है, रोगशिला इजी है, शिला इजी है, नईपालिका and कल्याणिका. These five remember. Okay, don't need to remember the shloka. Types of manashila according to different text, according to rasaratna samuchchaya, they are three in number. They are three types of the manashila. They are shamangi, kanaviraka and kandakya. Shamangi, Kanaviraka and Kandakya. These are three types of the manashila according to Rasaratna Samuchchaya. Okay. Among these three, Shamangi is the best and it is considered as Shrestha Manashila. It is considered as Shrestha Manashila. And Kanaviraka is Madhyama and Avara is Kandakya. Among these three, Shamangi Manashila is used for the medicinal purpose. Okay. Now, these are three types according to Rasaratna Samuchchaya as well as Ayurveda Prakasha. Now, according to Rasakamadenu, there are three types. They are Rakta, Pita and Kandakya. Rakta Manashila, Pita Manashila and Kandakya Manashila. Among these three varieties, Rakta Manashila is the best variety. Okay. Now we discuss Grahya Lakshana of the manashila. These properties indicates that the which manashila should be considered for the shodhana. देखो मनशिला, शिला, खंड शून्य, रक्तोत्पल प्रभा, भारे, गुरुतरा दीप्त, शोधना अर्हमता बुधैहि. This shloka explains that which manashila we have to be considered for medicinal purpose. It should be free from stones and mud. It should be free from stones and mud. It resembles like Raktotpala Prabha means लोटस होता है ना, रेड लोटस, उसकी तरह क्या होना चाहिए, शाइन करना चाहिए. And it is heavy in nature. Gurutara Deepta. It is having luster. It is good for shodhana. Further procedure होता है ना, shodhana procedure. Then that variety of the manashila is considered for shodhana purpose. These are grahya lakshana, means properties of best manashila. Okay. Now देखो यार, शोधन करने से पहले why we need to do the shodhana, because if you consume ashuddha manashila, if you consume ashuddha manashila, it causes ashmari, mutra mandagni and malabandha and uruja. Mainly it causes renal diseases like ashmari means renal calculi and mutra means obstruction to defecation or obstruction to passage of the urine. Okay, these are renal diseases if you consume ashuddha manashila. Okay, now we discuss shodhana of the manashila. Shodhana of manashila means purification. अगच्छ पत्र तोयेन भाविता सप्तवारकम, अगस्त्य सप्तवारेन, अगच्छ सप्त तोयेन भाविता सप्तवारकम Shrungavera Rasairvapi Vishuddhati Manasila. This shloka explains that Agachya Patra Toyena means Agachya Patra Swarasa. Agachya Patra Swarasa. Bhavita, given Bhavita means Bhavana. How many times? Saptavarakam. Saptavarakam means 7 times, 7 days. One Bhavana, 7 days. Shrungavera Rasairvapi Vishuddhati Manasila. Then it becomes Shuddha. देखो 7 भावना आर गिवन विथ अगच्छ पत्र स्वरस आर निंबू स्वरस आर अद्रक स्वरस. अगच्छ पत्र स्वरस, निंबू स्वरस आर अद्रक स्वरस. How many times you have to give? 7 times. This repeat this procedure for 7 times. Later you have to dried and it is stored as Shuddha Manashila. It is stored as Shuddha Manashila. This is Shodhana of the Manashila. Marana is not specified or not mentioned in any literature. Okay. Properties of Manashila. Properties of Manashila. It is Katu Tikta Rasa, Snigdha Ushna Guru Guna, and it is having Lekana property. It is having Lekana property. Okay. Indications of Manashila. Indication किस disease condition में मनशिला को इंडिकेट किया है. मेनली इट इज इंडिकेटेड इन श्वासा कासा all infectious diseases and varnya jwara kama and vishapaha. In these conditions the manasila is indicated. Now matra is very important. When you giving the toxic compounds, when you giving the toxic compounds formulations, you should be aware of matra. Dosage is very important. Okay, 1/32 to 1/16 rati. 1/32, देखो 1 रत्ती इज इक्वल टू 125 mg डिवाइडेड बाय 32 कर लो कितना होता है देख लो. But here the matra dosage is given according to rogi bala and roga bala. It is according to rogi bala and roga bala. According to strength of the patient and according to disease condition पे मात्रा वेरी करता है, डिफरेंट होता है. ओके. एंटीडोट देखो, पेशेंट आया, डॉक्टर मैंने 1 रत्ती ले लिया, 1 रत्ती मनशिला ले लिया, क्या करोगे? एंटीडोट क्या दोगे उसको? इट मिल्क added with honey. Milk added with honey. It is given for 3 days. It is given for 3 days to reduce the symptoms of manashila excess quantity. Reduce the symptoms of manashila, and healthy diet should be followed. When the toxicity of the manashila happened, you have to give milk added with honey for 3 days and the proper diet has to be maintained. Okay, this is antidote for the manashila toxicity. Now formulations of manashila, they are shvashakutara rasa, trailokya chintamani rasa, and manashiladi duma and manashiladi gurta. These are formulations of the manashila. This is all about manashila. Okay, if you gandhaka, gairika and kankshi. Today we are going to discuss about the arsenic compounds. What? arsenic compounds. They are Haratala and manashila. Haratala and manashila. And one more arsenic compound is there, that is Gauri Pashana. What? Gauri Pashana. But Gauri Pashana is not a Uparasa. Okay, Gauri Pashana is not a Uparasa. That is Sadharana Rasa. These three are arsenic compounds. These three are arsenic compounds. MCQ question. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about Haratala and manashila. Haratala and manashila. Haratala is one among the Uparasa. Haratala is one among the Uparasa. It is called as arpiment or yellow arsenic. Haratala, it is also called as yellow arsenic. Okay. Chemical formula of the Haratala is As2 and S3. As2, S3. Arsenic trisulfide. Arsenic trisulfide is the chemical formula of the Haratala. Okay. Solubility, it is insoluble in water. It is insoluble in water. Water में ये क्या नहीं होता, डिजोल्व नहीं होता है. ओके. पर्याय ऑफ हरताल. पर्याय ऑफ हरताल. हरिताल, नटभूषण, नटम, चित्रगंध, वंशपत्रक. हरिताल, नटभूषण, नटमंडन, विडालक, चित्रगंध and वंशपत्रक. These are synonyms of the Haratala. Synonyms of the Haratala. Now we discuss types of the Haratala. Types of Haratala. They are according to Rasatarangi. Two types. How many types? Two types. They are Patra Haratala and Pinda Haratala. Patra Haratala and Pinda Haratala. Now we discuss Grahya of Patra Haratala and among these two variety, Patra is the best variety. Among these, Patra Haratala is the best variety. Okay. Grahya Lakshana of the Haratala. Suvarnam Vimalam Guru Chapi Mahujvalam Tanupatrachitam Snigdam Matam Tatpatra Talakam. Here, this shloka explains that the properties of good are good variety of the Haratala. Good varieties of the Haratala. ये बताता है. देखो क्या है? सुवर्ण वर्ण is golden yellow in color. It is golden yellow in color. And Vimala, it is free from any impurity. It is free from any impurity and it is heavy in nature. Heavy in nature. And Mahojvala means Ujjvala means shine. It shines very much. It shines very much. And these are properties of the Patra Haratala. These are properties of the Patra Haratala. Repeat this once again. This is the best variety of the Haratala. It is used for the medicinal purposes. Okay. Now we discuss Pinda Haratala. What are the properties of Pinda Haratala? Nisprabham Swalpasatvam. This is not good for medicinal purpose. Among these, Patra Haratala is used for the medicinal purpose, but Pinda Haratala, it is not used for the medicinal purpose. It is Nishprabha. But Patra Haratala, it shines very much. It shines very much, but Pinda Haratala is Nishprabha. It is non-lustrous and Swalpa Sattva, it is less in essence. It is less in essence. And Patrahinam, here the layers is not formed. Here the layers are absent. Lagu, it is lagu in nature. It is light in weight. It is light in weight. But Patra Haratala is Guru. It is heavy in weight, but it is light in weight. Visheshata Pinda Upam is called as Pinda Haratala. It is not used for medicinal purpose. only patra haratala is used for the medicinal purpose. Okay, now shodhana of haratala. Shodhana means purification of haratala. Arsenic compounds are toxic in nature, that's why we have to do the proper shodhana. Okay, proper purification is necessary. चूर्णीकृतं चूर्णीकृतं पत्रतालं चूर्णनीरेण सप्तवारेण प्रयत्नेन शुद्धिमाय अपनुयात् उत्तमम्. This shloka says that, देखो, चूर्णीकृतं पत्रतालम, चूर्णीकृतं पत्रतालम, we have to do the patrata means patra haratala powder form. We have to do the patra haratala into powder form, and bhavana is given. Bhavana is given with churnodaka. Bhavana is given with churnodaka. This procedure is repeated for 7 times. How many times? 7 times. And it is dried and stored as shuddha haratala. Dried and stored as shuddha haratala. Okay. Bhavana with churnodaka. Bhavana with churnodaka. Then it is repeated for how many times? 7 times. Then it becomes the shuddha haratala. This is shodhana of the haratala. Okay. Marana of haratala. Marana of haratala. Shuddha haratala is triturated in kalvayantra. Shuddha haratala is triturated in kalvayantra into powder form. पहले क्या बनाना है? उसको पाउडर बनाना है. उसके बाद त्रिभावना is given with पलाशमूल त्वक. पलाशमूल त्वक. पलाशमूल त्वक के साथ त्रिभावना. How many bhavana you have to give? 3 bhavana has to be given, and 1 bhavana with mahisha dugdha. Mahisha dugdha means buffalo's milk. Mahisha dugdha means buffalo's milk के साथ 1 bhavana देना है to prepare the चक्रिका. चक्रिका बनाने के लिए भावना द्रव्य कौन सा है? माहिषा दुग्ध. Later you have to prepare sharava samputa. Sharava samputa, and you have to give the heat. How much you have to give the heat means lagu puta has to be given. Lagu puta has to given to prepare the haratala basma. To prepare haratala basma. Okay, this procedure is repeated for 12 times. This procedure is repeated for 12 times के बाद भस्म बनता है. Okay, now note, when you put on fire does not produce any smoke. देखो, I am already said that arsenic is the toxic compound, right? The bhasma should be prepared properly. That's why bhasma pariksha of haratala bhasma has to be done. When you put properly, when you put the bhasma of the haratala on the fire, it doesn't produce any smoke. If it produces smoke, then haratala bhasma is not well prepared. Okay, this is the test for haratala bhasma. Okay, when you put on fire, it doesn't produce any smoke. That is properly prepared bhasma. Okay, now properties of the haratala bhasma. Properties of haratala bhasma. It is katu kashaya rasa, ushna virya and snigdha. These are rasa, virya and guna of the haratala bhasma. Indication, किस condition में haratala bhasma is indicated? Mainly it is indicated in pittaja disorders or pittaja diseases. Mainly that is kandu, kushta, rakta pitta, runa. Kandu, kushta, rakta pitta and runa. In these conditions haratala bhasma is indicated. Matra 1/4 to 1/2 rati. 1/4 to 1/2 rati. 1 rati is equal to 125 mg. Anupana guduchi kashaya. Here mentioned, specifically mentioned guduchi kashaya. Remember this. This is important for MCQ question. Okay. Now patya. When you administering the patient to the haratala bhasma, the patya has to be proper strictly. Patya has to be followed very strictly. Okay, avoid lavana, ambla, katu rasa ahara. Patient should avoid lavana ahara, ambla ahara and katu ahara when he having the Haratala Basma in their medications. If the doctor suggesting Haratala Basma to the patient, he must give instruction to the patient. Patient should not have Lavana, Ambla and Katu Ahara. Lavana, Ambla and Katu Ahara, and he doesn't exposure to the sun. डायरेक्ट सनलाइट को वो एक्सपोजर नहीं होना चाहिए. दिस इज द पथ्य फॉर द हरताल बसना एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन टू द पेशेंट. एंटीडोट देखो यार, हरताला इज द टॉक्सिक कंपाउंड. दैट्स व्हाई व्हेन एक्सेसिव हरताला बसना इज टेकन, देन इट कॉज मेनी कॉम्प्लिकेशन. दैट्स व्हाई एंटीडोट भी बताया है. कुष्मांड स्वरस. कुष्मांड मीन्स कुंबळकाई. Okay, in Kannada it is called as कुंबळकाई. Antidote is कुष्मांड स्वरस plus जीरक चूर्ण and sharkara. Until the symptoms are reduced, it has to be given as antidote in Haratala Basma excess. Formulations of Haratala are Samira Pannagarasa, Rasamanikya and Tala Sindura. These are formulations of the Haratala. This is all about Haratala. Okay. If you have any doubts, comment below. वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो लाइक, कमेंट, शेयर, सब्सक्राइब कर लो. फॉर हैंड रिटन नोट्स ज्वाइन माय टेलीग्राम, लिंक इन माय डिस्क्रिप्शन. थैंक यू.